Welcome back to this channel IBM classes, and I'm creating this video to have a session on um, host variable arrays in SQLRPGLE. So in earlier topic we have discussed about static SQL, where we talked about how we can use the host variables, these these one with the static SQLs. Now we will be talking about stat host variable arrays. So there I use a variable which is holding one value at a time. Now here I'm using the array in place of that variable so that we can deal with the multiple rows at once. So this is required where we need to fetch multiple rows at once or write multiple rows at once. So we gonna use host variable array. So the array declared in the program which are used with the SQL statements are basically called as host variable array. So let's see this program. So what is host variable array or host structure array? We usually call this host structure array. So whenever we define array with DS data structure, occurrence data structure, or a data structure with keyword dim, then that is called as a host structure array. So here occurrence data structure. So this is the occurrence data structure. As we can see, L array 1, this is the name of this host structure array. So this is these are the subfields. L custom id 1, L custom name 1, L custom stage 1. So these are basically referencing which will be retrieving the data from this file. Select star from case 3 pf. So cust id, cust name, cust age 10, 20 and 3, and these are the records, 5 records present in this file. So basically we will be retrieving those records into these variables using this array. So we are retrieving 5 for any number of records. Now here this is L array 2 where we are declaring the second one, data structure with keyword dim. Now this is data structure with keyword dim. So here we use the qualified 1023, which is a must thing. So both above DS can be used with SQL fetch or insert but statement, but here we will be talking about the fetch statements only. So I'm only gonna retrieve the multiple rows into the host variable array or host structure array, you can say, for processing of multiple rows. So for example, in case you are using the host structure array by defining occurrence DS or the DS with dim keyword with update or delete statements, then you are gonna referencing the current occurrence that is always set to 1. So you're not gonna fetching all the details or all the rows, so it will be always pointing to the first reference in that cases whenever you are using them with update or delete. So these are basically valid with the fetch, retrieving the rows or inserting the rows only. Now these are the two arrays, one with occurrence ds or another with the dim keyword. So both are actually, we can say, same. So here I am declaring a cursor, declare cursor info1 for select star from case 3pf. So I am selecting all the fields from this file. Then I am opening the cursor, which is the life cycle of a cursor. First declare cursor, then open cursor, then fetch. Now here I'm just fetching for 4 rows. Fetch info1, which is the cursor name, for 4 rows into L array 1. So here I am using the array which is now known as host structure array or host variable array. Now I'm closing the cursor here. So this was the first array which was declared with ds, occurrence ds. Now I'm using the second array which is declared with the dim keyword. Declare info to cursor for select a star from case 3 pf. Open info to fetch info to for 5 rows. There we selected the 4 rows. Here we are selecting the 5 rows into L array 2. Then closing the cursor. So we are selecting actually multiple rows at once in this and this array. So now I'm gonna compile this program. Just compile this program using debug view as star source. The program has been compiled successfully. Now I'll be debugging this program. Case 17. Set the breakpoint at line number 1. Call case 17. Just do F10. So after opening the cursor, we need to check the SQL code, which is 0. So our cursor opened successfully. Now if we look at the array currently for the first position, L array 1, so there is nothing populated inside that till for example 4. So after executing this statement, please check the SQL code again. So that is 0, means this statement executed successfully. Now if I check the value in this array, so for example at the first position it is 3 Abhay 30, second position 4 Sina 45, third position this one, fourth position this one, and fifth position is nothing, because we just fetch the first 4 rows from the file, which is correct. Now I'm closing this cursor. I'm opening the info 2 cursor, eval SQL code. Now if I look at L array 2, for example third position, so there is nothing in this array. So I'm gonna execute this line. Now if I look at eval L array 2, for the first position 3 Abhay, for the second position there is a value populated, for third position this one, fourth, fifth. So we can see all the uh, occurrences are populated now since we fetched the 5 rows. So now I'm closing the cursor. So this is the demo of the host structure array, or retrieving the multiple rows from the file using host structure array or host variable array in the not using that into that. So this is the demo for that host structure array. That's all in this video. So thank you and have a nice time.